Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I've realised I never actually say the name of the podcast. I just say welcome back to the
No, you
podcast.
just say the podcast. Yeah, that's okay. Everyone that listens to it knows who it is. It's fine.
If you're here, you must know what it's called, so it's fine. So, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. We are going to
Welcome,
be
welcome.
talking about the menopause today.
Mm, a big topic, this one.
Yes, definitely. And obviously, every single woman in the world is going to go through it, right? So, it's pretty important.
Absolutely. And so many people don't know enough about it. But I'll let you do the affirmation first before we crack on, because otherwise the intro is going to be like 10 hours long before we
Yes, yes,
start.
yes, let's do it. So, I embrace the changes in my body with love and acceptance.
Mm. And I think this actually is really quite fitting for most people because how many people do you speak to that are like, I don't recognize my body, like my
Mm,
body's never been like this, I've never got a belly, I've never had a belly, like the amount of women that say that, and obviously like we're not at that stage, so we don't we're not there, we're not I understand, but you can't fully be in that because you don't go through it.
no, exactly. You can't fully empathize until you've actually been through something, right? Like you can hear and you can try and understand, but yeah, like you say, you can't fully empathize.
No, but so many women say it. So I think it's just such a good topic to cover and make people feel like they're not alone.
Definitely, definitely. Because I think it's been so taboo, hasn't it, as well? Like over the years, like I never heard my mum speak about the menopause or, like your nan speak about the menopause and things like that. Like people just don't, I think they are more now, but at the time, like no one was speaking about it. And it's like, why? Because we all
Mm,
go through it. Like, why is no one researching it more? And I know some people are now, but it's like it's taken that long for people to actually go, oh my gosh, like women are really struggling here.
yeah.
It just
They're not
baffles me.
psychotic. It's
No.
hormones, yeah. But like you think like so me and my friend went down to see Dr. Louise Newson, massive doctor in the field, right? So good. Got a really good podcast. So if you're ever stuck with anything really specific, go listen to it because she's so good.
Mm,
And she went on tour and me and my friend were literally like the youngest people there by a mile, which is great that everyone that's in the menopause is going, but also there needs to be women like in their 30s, 20s even going to stuff like this to understand, okay, that's actually going to happen to me. If I'm on top of it now, if I understand what could potentially happen, then when it comes and it hits me full on in the face, I'm not going, what the hell's happening? Why is my life falling apart? Right? I'm not saying your life's going to fall apart, by the way, but some women it does really, really affect.
yeah.
Um, because they had one thing that she went for a presentation and the woman was trying to get help from the doctors and none of them were like listening to her. She was saying, I'm sure it's my hormones, I'm sure it's something to do with this. In the end, sadly, she ended up committing suicide. So many women do because they
That's so
think that they're
sad.
going nutty and they just can't cope with the effects that the menopause has had on them, and no one's helping them. And all they feel like the only way to get out of it is to do that. And that's why it's so good to talk about it because we don't want to
Definitely.
be going down that route. Like,
No.
and it's sad that at the moment you still have to push doctors to do blood tests and help you. But if that's what you've got to do at the moment, you've got to do that. But hopefully, where like there's more information on it and more things and studies being done, that it is going to get better. But you think people used to die straight after the menopause, pretty much, right? So you didn't really live or even live to that long.
Yeah. Imagine going through that and then like dying afterwards. Like, oh no, you
Mm.
won't be alive, but that's just oh yeah.
Then there's like no studies on it, is there? Because like people were dying before the menopause previously. They what you'd reach like 30 or 40 back in the day. So you don't even get
Mm,
to that far. You have kids and then like that's like it, right? So then you
yeah.
don't get to that point. So there's no studies on it because there's not enough people that are at that point in their
Yeah.
lives to study on. And yeah, some of the stuff they used to do to women, oh my God, when she was going through it on her presentation, I was like, holy shit, I'm so glad I'm born now and I wasn't born back then because oof, like ending up in a psych ward because your hormones are fucked. Like that's not you don't need to be in a psych ward.
Well, a lot of stuff's changed with mental health. Like you would end, like lots of people would end up in that kind of thing, wouldn't they? Which you wouldn't do now. but it's wild. But
But women are still being given antidepressants because of their hormones. And it's not that they need antidepressants. So they're not being helped because they're putting on antidepressants. And actually, that's not helping them.
yeah, no, one of my clients' friends was put on antidepressants. To be honest with you, though, I think antidepressants are used a lot for every kind of answer, though, aren't they? It's like
Yeah.
you feel this way, antidepressants. You feel that way, antidepressants. Like, yeah,
Mm. There's
yeah,
other ways that you could go down different routes first before you hit that. Like,
mm,
unless you really, really need them. And some people really do need them because their
of
chemical
course.
imbalance is all out of whack and, they are needed. But some, I had an old client who got put on them. Oh, it made her even worse. She was like really overweight because of these tablets and then she found out she was been put on ones by bulimics. I know I'm going off thingy, but they made her eat more because they were trying to make her eat because the tablets are obviously for bulimic people and you're not eating enough. Oh, as soon
Mm,
as she came off them, her whole world was brighter. She was like, wow, the antidepressants are making me more depressed.
that is crazy, isn't it?
Just,
So
yeah,
crazy, so crazy.
things that people get given, like, just, yeah, and not listened to. I think
I,
that's the problem, is people aren't being
yeah,
listened to.
I think so, and I think also like they don't check. I don't know. I haven't been to the doctors. I have been to the doctors actually about antidepressants, being truthfully honest about it. I haven't taken them or anything, but it was very easy to get them, but they didn't really delve into like, okay, so what's your like weekly routine? Like, what do you eat? What do you exercise? Like, do you walk? Do you do these things? Do you get daylight? Because actually, surely, like, that's the most important thing is to focus on people's wellness habits and lifestyles and nutrition and obviously all the stuff that we do, right?
Hmm.
Before and trying to eat those things before you go down the route of antidepressants. But
Absolutely.
like, I just went in there and said, because it's true, I'm pretty good with my health. I do all those things. Roughly, like, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty balanced, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Have you had counseling? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, here's the prescription. Okay. But anyone could say that, couldn't they? Like,
Yeah. There's no tracking that. There's no actually having any evidence of that, right?
exactly. But I suppose they haven't got the time or the resources to actually delve into that stuff. But there are so many things that you can do to help improve your menopause and your symptoms and your way of life and how you feel without going down that route. Like you said, there's always a time and place for those for sure. And some people do need them, and that's that we're not arguing with that at all. But there are also so many other things that can be done to help that don't include all of that stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, yeah, tracking things. I know like people might get fed up with tracking things, but I think tracking your symptoms for different things is so helpful. I get all my clients to do it. They'll come in and they'll be like, oh, I've got a headache, I've got this, I've got that, blah, blah. I'm like, write it down, track it. Because
Mm-hmm.
the more that you track, the more you can take to a doctor and be like, right, this is happening. And this is happening every 4 weeks, so I know it's in my cycle and I know it's the lead up to my period or supposed to be my period. Or do you know what I mean? Like then you've got like things that are like every 4 weeks this happens, every however many weeks this roughly happens. So then you've got more evidence for them to be like, okay, maybe you need a blood test, maybe your hormones are affecting you, maybe these things are now changing, and we can look at helping to manage those things.
Definitely. Like I always track, I know my symptoms now, but like I track my cycle and I always know the week before I'm probably going to get a headache somewhere. I'm probably going to feel like I've got the flu one of the days. I'm going to have no energy one of the days because I consistently get that. And I know I'm like, okay, I'm not actually coming down with something is because of that. Um, so yeah, like I think getting clients and just generally to do it, if you're listening to this, like even if you're going through menopause and things, you're still going to have a cycle of some sort, like whether you're skipping some or whether whether it's occurring for you, like you'll probably still get some symptoms and you'll probably, even the menopausal symptoms, it's good to track those and when they come up, because there might be certain foods that may be triggering it, or there might be stress that's making it worse, or there might be all these different things. So wherever you are in your cycle, I think tracking it is so, so important.
Absolutely. And like even if you think, oh, oh, so many people are like, oh, that's fine. I've gone through the menopause. I'm out the other side. You don't ever come out the other side. Like you're forever menopausal. Like
Yeah.
it's not a phase. There is no end to it because your estrogen is going to continue to drop. Like by the time you're like 70, that's going to be like minuscule if you've got
Hmm.
nothing like HRT or anything. Like so there's potential of you having symptoms of things even when you're like in your 60s, 70s, right? Things like tennis elbow, things like frozen shoulder, things like Achilles tendonitis, anything like that can all be related to the menopause.
Hmm.
And you could be
Yeah.
getting that later on in life. Like, it doesn't mean you're going to get it straight away because, or in the 10 years that you're in the menopause, you could still be getting that after.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think, I have a client who's currently kind of going through, well, one of my PT clients, I've got other clients that are also going through it, but with the workouts, you have to be really careful with what we do because of estrogen decreasing, she gets more joint pain and things at certain times, and that's worse because of perimenopause, menopause. Um,
Hmm.
so you have to be really careful with that. And yeah, I think the estrogen, I'm gonna really butcher the science now, but there's like I think they kind of there's something about them in being in your uh, no, it's not gonna go. I don't know if you know, but it's they basically work on the pain receptors. And I tell you what,
I mean, you're having half a conversation here with me. I'm like, I've got no idea what you're talking about right now. Get it up. Get the
let's get
information
this
up.
up because I feel like people would really
Absolutely.
benefit from knowing this. Because that joint pain and things like that is a really big one, isn't it? Um,
Mm.
pain.
Massively. I have like quite a lot of clients that they'll have flare-ups of joint pain and stuff. And so I'm like, right, which joints, where are we looking at? Like, so if it's like their knees, okay, less squats or we'll do something more supportive. Like if it's like, oh, you can't lean on your wrists, okay, let's elevate things so we don't need to use your wrists as much and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's always going to be then times where you're like, oh, okay, actually today I'm all right. And you're like, cool, all right, we'll do some stuff whilst we can. But like you say, yeah, really got to look after like joint pain and stuff. But you can work
Mm.
around it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it says here estrogen modulates pain sensitivity. So it affects the pain receptors which detect harmful stimuli and send pain signals to the brain. So high estrogen levels can reduce the pain sensitivity, and then low estrogen levels can increase the pain perception. So when the estrogen is low, you'll feel the
Mm,
pain more essentially. So that's
that
why,
makes
like,
sense.
as well in your cycle, when you're not perimenopausal, you have less going towards your period. So then obviously you feel more pain and things like that as well. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, because so many people have like way heavier periods and stuff, don't they?
yeah, it has anti-inflammatory properties, so helping to reduce pain caused by inflammation. Yeah,
Absolutely.
interesting.
And things that the other things that estrogen affects, right? So it can lead to like hot flushes, mood swings, anxiety, brain fog, vaginal dryness, and osteoporosis risk. This is why osteoporosis risk, like if you're not resistance training in any way, shape, or form, like you should be, just because you want to keep your bones dense, because when you're older, you do not want to be falling over and breaking a bone.
No, don't really losing your balance and
Please.
doing all that.
Yeah.
You'll break it easier if your bone density if it isn't higher. So
Mm.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And that's a whole other whole other topic, isn't it? But it's never too late
Absolutely.
as well. I think if you are going through the perimenopause or menopause and you feel like, oh well, it's too late, it's not. Like you can start strength training it whenever, resistance training. So please start doing it. Start light
Oh
and
my God.
start slow, but like it's still gonna help. So don't
Absolutely.
feel like
What?
you've
Like
passed
my
it.
100%. Like my client came to me at 75 with
Yeah, that's
osteoporosis, right?
crazy. And now she doesn't have it, does she, at all?
And she hasn't got it at all. And she's
Yeah.
still strength training.
Wait,
She's
I'm
still
waiting until
walking
I've
up
got a six
hills.
pack for that. I'm waiting.
She literally.
Sorry about that if you
So
feel a few intermissions here.
someone's got a nice six pack. Anyway, yeah. So she, yeah, was come to me, didn't know how to lift weights or whatever, had osteoporosis 2 years, within like a year of weight training, no osteoporosis and stuff, walking up hills, like absolutely smashing it, still doing what she wants at 77, 78. Oh, maybe she's 78 now. She did just have a birthday. But anyway, whatever. She came to me in her 70s. There is no limit on an age to start, right? You start at any age because it will make Well, your body will thank you for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it could just be two, or three half an hour workouts a week, just losing some resistance band or doing some body weight things or just something like that. It doesn't have to be crazy lifting 100 kilo deadlifts off the floor. Like it doesn't have to be that. It just doing something to keep the body moving.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I'm not lifting 100 kilo deadlifts either, so like, I don't expect you to. I'll
I
break my
mean
legs
either.
if I do that. But yeah, so things you can do for anxiety.
Yes, because
Um,
that's what we were trying to speak about today, wasn't it?
yeah, it's
Anxiety, mood swings, brain fog. Yeah.
absolutely through the menopause and how you can help manage it alongside obviously doing the workouts and things like that. You've got other ways of managing it. So like breathing techniques.
Mm,
I
yeah,
think really underrated breathing techniques.
definitely. Definitely. You've got so many different ones as well. You've got the box one, the rectangle one, 4-7-8 breathing.
The
There's
circle
loads.
one.
Yeah, the circle one. Like,
I thought you were just going to name all the shapes.
but effectively, you like start at the corner of your screen, maybe like breathe in for 4 seconds, and then if you've got like a rectangle, then you breathe out for like 8 seconds, and then in 4 seconds. That's what I meant by like the rectangle.
Oh, okay, all right, I see.
Yeah,
Do you know what? I actually never knew why it was called box breathing. I thought it's just like four on, four off, four on, four off, or like and holds and stuff. And I was like, why is this called a box?
yeah,
Okay,
because basically it's yeah, box.
understand now. Makes sense. There we go.
But yeah, it can really help to calm your nervous system and just calm you down a little bit.
Mm.
Some smartwatches have little. My watch sometimes like comes up with like do some breathing for a minute, and you can just turn it on and sit there for a minute. Like it doesn't have to be half an hour a day, an hour a day. It can be literally a couple minutes.
Oh my God, yeah. I find I do it on a walk sometimes. I'll just be
Mm,
like walking along and I'll be like, do you know what? I could do with taking a few deep breaths right now because I've had a really
mm.
busy day and I need to like chill out for like half an hour.
Yeah,
And yeah, that really helps. And I always find it like my anxiety before football is like ridiculous. Like, well, actually, I don't feel it, but apparently my body feels it anyway. But doing the deep breathing actually stops me from running back and forth to the toilet all the time for a certain period of time. If I keep doing it, but I have to keep doing it and distract myself. But it does
yeah,
actually really help
yeah, yeah, definitely.
massively. So,
Exercising in general can be really
mhm,
helpful. Walking, yoga, like we were saying, resistance training, they're actually all really
mhm.
good for stress. It's probably finding what works best for you as well, because everyone likes different things. So finding whether that's dancing maybe or just something that you actually enjoy doing.
And something that you can just like forget about everything else in. If
Yeah,
you're like there doing something like and you're not enjoying it and it's still like you're still thinking about all these other things, don't feel like that always works. Like you say, if you like really enjoy dance and you can just let go for like 15 minutes, like then you're like, oh great, this is amazing. Like because you actually forget.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just switch yourself off,
Mm,
distract yourself from just life for a moment.
absolutely. And we had this conversation in my group the other day actually, or someone brought it up saying, does anyone feel guilty for like reading a book in the middle of the day? And so
Mm,
many people are like, yeah, absolutely. They're like, I don't feel guilty in the evening because I feel like I've done everything, so I can read my book for 10 minutes and feel fine. But on a weekend, I can't just sit out in the garden and read a book because I feel like I need to be doing stuff. And
mm,
like, it's things like that, isn't it? Like, I've had this conversation quite a lot this week of being like, okay, you need training the mind is like training a muscle, right? It is a muscle at the end of the day. You have to train these things. So if you think you're shit at yoga, you're going to be shit at yoga to start with. But if you keep practicing, you'll get better. And
yeah,
the more you meditate, the quieter you can make your brain. Or not even that always, like, because your brain will still go off, but you're more likely to bring yourself back to, hang on, let me think about my breath more,
mm,
rather than listening to the chatter. Some days my brain's going crazy and I'm laying there going, I've not listened to a thing of this meditation. Like, cool. And then other days I'll be like, oh, I listened to that whole thing. Like,
yeah, yeah. I
it's
think
just
it's taking that.
training yourself to be okay with being like, you can stop.
Yeah, and not. I think we've spoken about so much, but not aiming for that perfection. Like you say, not every time you do something you're going to be great at it. Like every time you lift a weight, you're going to be as strong as you were last time. Like your life is full of ups and downs, and you just got to try your best and take
Hmm.
that bit of pressure off yourself and not be so hard on yourself for not being
Yeah.
perfect.
Like if you read a
Not
book
what they needed
in the middle,
out of them, and then that's it.
if you read a book, these guys, honestly, um, in the middle of the day, like the whole your house isn't suddenly going to burn down if you've read a book, is it? Like the housework's still going to be there. This is still going to be there. It's not going anywhere. Like
No, the
you
world is
can
not
have
going to end.
exactly like you think your kids sit and play. They have got no care in the world that there's other things to do because they're
Mm,
happy playing, right? And sometimes you just got to think, do you know what? I can take this 5 minutes. Nothing's going to happen in that time. I don't need to be anywhere urgently. I can read my book. And even if you start small and only read like 5 pages and go, okay, I'll carry on doing what I was going to do.
mm,
And then you build on that. Like
definitely.
it's training your mind, isn't it?
I think it's important as well to listen to your body, which is something that I've been really doing in the sense of like, someone's like, oh, just keep going, just do one more thing, just keep going. And then I'd be so tired, my eyes would just be like squinting at the screen, and I'd be just, I knew that I needed to take a bit of rest, but in your head, you're like, oh, I just need to keep going, just need to keep going. And then you kind of end up burning yourself down, and then you're tired, you can't switch off. And it was like, now I'm like, right, just go take half an hour or an hour and just do a bit of colouring or just sit and watch your favourite TV show, or because sometimes you actually, or go read a book, whatever it is. I don't like reading, so I tend not to do that. But like whatever you enjoy doing, because sometimes you actually really do need to do that. I think we've
Mm,
kind of gone a bit off. I've gone a bit off, but you know what I mean.
mm, absolutely. But then that goes in with doing some try more mindfulness and meditation and stuff. And like we said, to
Yeah.
start with, that will be hard. But eventually it will help and you'll probably notice that when you stop doing it you'll suddenly go, do you know what, that was actually really helping me, because as
Mm,
soon as I don't do my 10 minutes of meditation a day, and I do it before I go to bed, so I literally put it on whilst I'm laying in bed and I listen to it for 10 minutes, and like it's made so much of a difference, because when I stopped doing it in Spain, and then I was like, oh my God, like before that, and I just, everything was like getting on top of me.
mm.
And it's only 10 minutes I listen to it for. I don't think I really do that much. Bit of breathing, lay down, go to sleep. Cool. But actually, when I don't do it, it makes a massive difference. And I think, oh my God, I'm really worried about that now. And I'm like, why am I panicking about that? Like, don't be silly.
Yeah. No, definitely. Definitely. I think some other ones are limiting your, like limiting stimulants, so reducing your caffeine intake, alcohol, processed sugars, things like that. Um, Especially like the caffeine, try not to have that like after lunchtime, especially if you're really sensitive to caffeine as well, because that can impact. I'm someone who can't have any caffeine because it literally makes my anxiety wild because I'm an anxious person anyway. But
Mhm.
like if you are quite an anxious person, you drink quite a lot of caffeine, even if you know if you're drinking Coke or Pepsi or having coffee or whatever, that's definitely something to look at for
Or bars and
sure.
bars of chocolate.
Yes, yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. And alcohol as well, because I think that can really have an impact on anxiety. If you're drinking a lot, going to bed, you're not getting a full proper night's sleep, like your sleep isn't as good quality. So you're going to wake up the next day, be more tired, which then makes you more anxious anyway. So it's a whole cycle of that too.
Absolutely, and it affects your hormones anyway. And then you always find like, you know, like you're way more emotional like in those few days after like drinking, because like your hormones are all out of whack as
Mm,
well, and like you worry about things and you're like you say more anxious and things, like even like I don't think I'm not like super anxious, like I get anxious about stuff, but I'm not like constantly like anxious, do you know what I mean? But like I find like if I drink like the next couple of days I'm like I worry about things that I wouldn't normally worry about.
mm, yeah. So then if you're like going through perimenopause and your hormones are more all over the place, it's going to make you so much worse. So yeah, maybe not
Yeah,
just reducing that down if you do drink a lot of alcohol for sure.
yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Staying connected as well, I think is a really good one. I think talking to people can be really, really helpful. Because I think it can be quite lonely, like especially as we are talking about where it's can be a little bit taboo. And then you feel like you're the only one going through it, you're really isolated. And it's, do you know, it's been so lovely, like in my group, because they're all going through, a lot of them go through perimenopause anyway, most of them. And it's so nice of them to hear that they're all kind of going through the same thing. If it's not exactly the same, it's all slightly different. But it's like there's a community of women there that are all experiencing, not that it's a nice thing to experience, but just makes you feel a bit less alone. So joining a group or yeah, speaking to family members or people you trust or something like that can be really helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people that will listen, and yeah, people you, like you say, connected to, that you've got same similar stories, or someone can go, oh yeah, I feel like that too. And then like you say, I have so many people in my group going, oh, it's so nice to see like everyone's day things that they do are like similar to mine. It's like, yeah, everyone's the same. Like, and until you do a job like ours, people don't realize that everyone's pretty much the same, right? And they do
Mm,
similar things. Everyone thinks, I don't know what everyone thinks, but they come in and they do something, and I'm like, yeah, everyone does that. And they're like, oh, do they? I'm not the only one that does that. And I'm like, no. Like, and it's so funny, isn't it? So having the group, like you say, so everyone can connect over similar things, or they feel like they're going through the same thing, can definitely help. Even if like it doesn't help their symptoms, it makes them feel better about what they're doing or what they're going through.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, I feel like we have been talking for a long time, so maybe we should kind of go through the rest. But yeah, I suppose with managing mood swings, you want to go through some things you can help with that.
Yeah. So I think, well, managing mood swings, that's fun. Making sure you prioritize your sleep, right? Because we all know what it's like
Yeah.
when like you've not really slept and you're like you feel a bit crazy or short, or like everything just really freaking annoys you. Like that's
Hmm.
like the worst thing. So I've I take a magnesium that actually helps with like anxiety and stuff anyway. It's a more of a calming one. It's like my magnesium glycinate. I can never say it. Anyway, because it's you. I find that really helps with my sleep massively. I use things like lavender spray on my pillow. That's a really good one. And like you said, like doing well, not eating too late,
Yeah.
because that can affect it. And it depends on what you eat as well. Like sometimes you can't get out of eating late, right? I used to eat dinner at like midnight if I come home from work, like because I needed to eat because I was hungry.
Yeah,
But like, look at what you're eating when you're eating late.
definitely, definitely. And I was on holiday last week and I was eating so much more than what I would usually eat and a lot heavier meals and going to bed not long afterwards. And I've used my app to check my sleep and my score was so low all week, even though I was away and you think I'd be less stressed.
Hmm.
And I definitely think it's down to what I was eating and my sleep like wasn't as good because of that. Um, so yeah, that's
Has a
that's a
massive
really, really important
impact.
one.
And then that's why people come off holiday going, God, I feel like I need another holiday, because you've just done everything that you don't normally do, right? And things
Yeah,
like that really affect you. And you don't
yeah,
realize till you actually look at it that you're like, oh God,
yeah.
well.
I think a sleep routine is also really important, but also more than that, like going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. I was listening to a podcast a while ago, and they were saying that's actually much more important than the time that you are asleep. So, it might be that. So, for example, for me, I'm like go to sleep at 10, I wake up at 5. And I try to wake up later than 5, my body just doesn't want to. So I just generally wake up at 5. And I used to be like, oh, I'm not getting 8 hours and like, oh, why can't I sleep longer and just get annoyed about it. And then I was like, okay, I actually feel all right though. And like my body is like, right, go to sleep at 10, I fall asleep quite quick, and then wake up naturally at 5 o'clock. I set an alarm, but I don't need it. And actually that routine really works. And we implemented that with one of my ladies who's just finished, and her sleep has massively improved because she's like actually do the same time as me, not because that just wasn't worked for her, but 10 till 5. And she said just creating that going to sleep, wake up at the same time has just massively helped, rather than because otherwise you're always jet lagged, right? Like if you're going to bed at 10 till
Yeah.
5, 11 till 6, like your body's like, what the hell's going on? Like your body likes that routine. So yeah, just a really, really important one.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's so important. Like people always look at me on a weekend if I'm not going out for dinner or whatever, and I go to bed at 10 o'clock. They're like, "What are you doing? It's Saturday," and I'm like, "I don't care if it's a Saturday. Like I want to go to bed. Like my body's like, it's 10 o'clock. Freaking go to bed, will you?" Like I'm like not being like a buzzkill or anything, but I enjoy my sleep, and I know that it's gonna make me feel better tomorrow. And like you say, like where I have clients at different times, I do sometimes like sometimes I'm up at 7:30, sometimes I'm up at 6:30, sometimes 5:30, and it really screws with me. But mainly, I normally set my alarm for like 7:45, 7 o'clock, and actually, that's like that's fine. Like, and I feel good. Whereas if it's any earlier or later, I'm like, oh God, what have I done?
Yeah, Yeah, definitely. As long as if I sleep in longer than 5 o'clock, it's like I feel more tired and just more
Mm,
lethargic for the day because your body's like, what are you doing?
yeah,
So yeah, it totally makes sense. It's just jet lag, isn't it? Basically.
yeah, absolutely. Your body's like, what the hell are you doing?
I think maintaining a balanced diet, I think you want to have all four food groups in every meal, keeps your blood sugar level steady throughout the day. If you're eating sugar on its own random times, you're going to spike, which will then give you a big spike in energy. Then you're going to have a massive drop. It's going to make you on a roller coaster basically throughout the day. So really balancing the meals, trying to have 3 meals a day, or if you're going to have snacks, if you're going to have snacks, try and have like balanced snacks. So try and have like some fats, some proteins, some fiber in that snack because that's going to keep you more stable. So yeah,
Massively. And I
yeah.
know that you'll want to go and hit the sugar because when everyone's tired, I do it. Like you're like, oh, the chocolate will wake me up, but actually it's going to make you feel shitter. So
Mm-hmm.
listen to us and hear this in your ears. Next time you feel like you're tired and you're going to go reach for a bar of chocolate, go, no, actually, I need something with fats, proteins, carbs, vegetables.
Definitely, definitely. Or just have a little bit of Greek yogurt with a little bit of chocolate in there, maybe, and then a few nuts or something. Like you still have a
Go.
chocolate, but just pair it with those, and then you're going to be feeling better.
Yeah, rather than gorging on a whole bar of chocolate, rather you can
Yeah,
have bits of it instead, right?
definitely, definitely. Moving your body, staying active. Do you know what? I think that's a massive one, and I haven't been able to do any cardio in a very long time. And I don't know whether that was linked to my mental health did decrease. Again, it might not be linked, but now that I'm able to do a bit more, it does make a difference. And I actually spoke to, finally, a psychic, um, and she was saying, I know, she was saying to me like, you should. It was funny because she didn't know what I did or anything like that, but she just came out with these things. She was like, you should get your heart rate up to like above 150, for at least half an hour every day. And I thought, you know what? You're probably quite right there. It does definitely help with your mood, so we'll take that. It's just one thing I took away from that, but it was interesting.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, just even going out for a brisk walk or something like that, I think definitely can help with your mood.
I mean, like, what I was texting you before this, going, I'm too tired, I can't do the podcast, like, I just need to nap, like, and then I was like, hang on a minute, let me just go for a dog walk and I'll be back. And then I'm like, okay, let's do the podcast because I feel so much better at getting some fresh air, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
so yeah, definitely factor in time to walk around the block,
Uh,
even if it's five
no, that's
minutes,
fine. Yeah, it's
just
just
go around the block.
I sent the
Like,
email
yeah,
on top of that.
Yes.
I forgot to ask earlier.
And managing brain fog. So, yeah, this one as well is quite a big one. I think that a lot of menopausal women deal with.
do you know what? I feel sorry for people that get it because I get brain fog and only on a small level because that's just my hormones, right?
Mm,
I haven't got like estrogen fully like disappearing out of my system, like, you know, at the moment. But I understand like how it feels like to be like, where was I? What am I doing? Why? What day is it? Like, where am I at? Like, it's horrible. So when it's on a bigger scale, it must be the worst thing in the world. Putting stuff in the fridge that you shouldn't be putting in the fridge. Like, where the fuck are my
yeah,
keys? Oh, they're in the fridge. Why would I do that? Like, it's silly shit like that, isn't it? Like trying to get in the shower with all your clothes on. And you're like, what the hell? Why am I here? Like, what am I doing? Like,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I think it's quite a lot of the same, like staying hydrated, eating the right foods, prioritizing your sleep, taking breaks, and then using some brain training exercises as well. Um, but yeah, I think it's all a lot of the same, isn't it? That's the thing.
absolutely, yeah. Stay
Like,
hydrated, move, eat well. You are going to go off piece, like, and you are going to have days where you don't, but like if you can do that the majority of the time, like you're going to be so much better. I know like women that come to train with me, they're like, my mood's awful, this is awful before they start, and actually a few months down the line when they start doing more exercise, they start looking at their food, they're actually like, do you know what, I like my moods, I've only had like 1 or 2 days this month where I felt like crap.
Mm.
And I've managed to get back on track the next day. I haven't let it ruin like the rest of my week, or like, oh yeah, I can't believe like I've managed to do this month, or my period hasn't really bothered me that much. Like you get
Yeah,
so many more things like that because people are moving more and doing not always more, but just doing what they weren't doing before and having these healthier habits.
yeah, definitely. And I think, unfortunately, there is no magic fix. Yes, there is HRT, which can definitely help people, and that's, definitely something to speak to a doctor about if you're
100%.
at that point. But um, the boring, annoying thing is, I suppose, is that healthy, balanced lifestyle, like we constantly talk about, is really the key to helping you generally in life. Whether you're going through the perimenopause, the menopause, it is going to help you massively. And we've both worked with so many women who changing their lifestyle, focusing on those things bit by bit, really does help. So I know
Mm.
it's not that magic, I don't know, snail gel that's going to cure that everyone's hoping for. It's just like, take this and
Mm.
you'll be magically cured. Like, it's just not the way.
No, it's not the way. But you have to remember consistency is key. So you can't do it for a month expecting the world and then think, why has this not worked? You need to
No.
stick to it forever. It's a forever thing, like doing your washing, doing your iron. Well, not ironing, actually, we don't do ironing. Anyway, doing your washing, doing your food shop, looking after your kids. You're always going to do it. Like, it
Yeah.
just has to be something you do, not something that, like, we should do it as humans, right? We shouldn't just neglect ourselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you
Yeah,
have
for
to stay
sure.
consistent because if you give up, you're going to go back to point one anyway. So
Uh-huh.
if you keep going, you're going to get more results and you're going to feel better because you're doing it.
Yeah.
However slow it may be, and it will be slow, but
It will
slower
be
is
so.
better.
Yeah. And,
Like we're led to believe that quick like fixes are going to help us, and actually they don't. They do the opposite.
exactly. Exactly. And, it might not completely get rid of your brain fog, or it might not completely decrease your anxiety, but it might help a little bit. It might decrease it a little bit. Like, nothing is going to completely take these things away. Like we say, there's no magic pill to just, apart from HRT, which can actually really help. But again, that's not going to completely eliminate your symptoms. It's going to help you, like all this other stuff can do as well. So it's just knowing that, unfortunately, it is going to be there, but there are those things that can help it and make you manage your days better, I suppose, and feel better day to day.
Absolutely, I agree. Boom. I think we
Boom.
need to end on that one.
Wrap it
I
up
think
there.
that was a great sentence to end on. I like that.
Love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on the podcast.
On the podcast. Yeah, we don't have a name for it. No, we do. It's just really long.
Yes. If you want to contact us, please send us an email at contactempoweryouFitness@gmail.com or send us a message or reach out on Instagram or socials, wherever you want to.
We both have free groups with women in it, like getting results and stuff. So if you want to be part of them, obviously give us a message as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, thanks so much for listening, and we will see you in the next one.
Absolutely, we will. See you later.
Bye.